Welcome to episode 8 this week. We're going to build wiring harnesses. We still got to get these two pieces wrapped. This flat side, this upper side here. Before we can put it in the truck, or we put it in the truck without it being wrapped, either way. But we're going to build the wiring harnesses this week and try to start mounting the amp and the radio if we get to it. I don't have a lot of time in the afternoons to work on it here lately, as hot as it's been. So I usually wait late at night or in the morning. Right now it's warm out here. But we're going to build some. I'm going to do, instead of boring you to death with building them, I'll do some talk over on them, on what was done, how it was done, to build them. Anything that leaves out of the back or out of the front will have plugs where if you want to take the console out, you just unplug it and pull the wires up underneath it, put your seat back in it, whatever you want to do, put it back to 86, original. Everything that has been removed out of the truck or taken off or whatever has been kept. So anybody that decides they want to purchase that thing, after the show, you can if you want. If I don't decide to keep it, whatever. But you can put it back. I've got everything from the original 86 off showroom for the truck. Nothing be hacked on in the cab, cut up, whatever, bed. Everything be left alone. It's just a little makeover, just to change the truck up a little bit. That's all we're doing. But anyway, we're going to be adding a lights. Take the cargo light from the floorboard. It'll still be there, but it won't be functional. It'll be in here on each side for your lights, your radio wires, your rear speaker wires. Like I said, everything will be plugged. Nothing will be butt connected. And, only wires be soldered up with shrink wrap and connectors will be the wiring inside the wiring harness. But if you was to remove anything, it will have its own plug. I think there's 9 harnesses, because you got your all your powers, your back and forth from the amp to the radio, your lights, and what all. This will be where the cup holder will still snap in and out. Where, if you blow a fuse or whatever, you pull this out. Lighting inside where you can find the fuse panel, change your fuse, whatever, if it blows one. It'll all be easy access. But anyway, let's get this wiring harnesses built this week and maybe start installing some pieces. I don't know. No, we'll do it next week. But let's get on with it. We're looking at the wiring harness that I'm going to be using to build my harnesses. There's a few pieces here, and I used the Boss kit to get most of these, and then of course I had to get my jacks from different places for the speakers. Some of them didn't work, and that's not upside down. That's pretty much the way I'm going to be viewing this while I build it, put it together. Checking my clearances if I can cut anything else out. Trying to make room. Set the tub in, see where we're at, how far I got, where we're going to be at underneath it. Just checking things over before we start cutting and measuring. Don't ever touch that when you roll that up to put the solder joint connector over it. Your oil off your fingers can make it not want to stick sometimes. And always use a shrink wrap that's got the gel in it. It's a gel, some kind of gel. I'm not sure what they call that. It is sticky. That's the kit I use. It's got the gel in it. Just started building my harnesses here, putting the ends on them. I'll show that kit here in a minute, the ends I use. And I always mark my wires until I get things plugged in, all wired up. Then I'll remove some of the yellow markings on them. That goes in the back of the radio. I got to test that thing there and see if it's going to work. It may work if it was a booster out of a woofer kit that went in a house. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. That's the unit I'm using if I hadn't mentioned it yet. And then here's my mess. We start building these harnesses that you just seen built.
there's a little kit over there I was using for the ends. But it's one of those things where just get at it and start building the harnesses. I think there was 9 or 10 of them total. And I still got to build a light harnesses when we get done. There's the kit. It's a pretty good kit. I like it. Easy to work with. Easy to install. And then here I got to check my heights because the wires go down. This is a 45-degree angle on these Pioneers on this unit. So I had to get some spacers here to that. It'll help air go underneath it for cooling. When we get it all mounted. Line my harnesses up, make sure they all reach, fit, make sure they're going to work out right. Let's step in here and listen to him.
Ground radio, remote, power wire for amp, right and left speaker, truck, backup amp from radio. Okay, now come on. Splitter for stock radio. This radio. Get on the truck. And we'll fix this where to go straight down in here. I think it'll work. Just to reach that radio, the antenna, truck, right and left, rear vent. All right. Oh, where do you want me to go to? You want to run, ain't you? You ain't going nowhere. You gotta go to the amp. Alright, using some zip ties and hangers. And we'll try to get this where it'll look good in here. And we'll go from there. Truck. Radio. It'll work. Let's get her done. Truck wire. You just went off a dig. All right. Okay, now that we got all of our wires built, harnesses built for the radio, we're ready to install it. We're probably going to get on the brass tacks and install that radio next episode. Get that out of the way, get it done. I know you get tired of watching the console build, but you know, these ain't overnight builds, and the time I have is limited. Like I said, in the evenings, either it's hot or whatever, I can't work on it. And I really enjoy building them. I've got already got one waiting on me to do. It's sitting over here. Not sure what all he wants done to it, but all your radio wires are built. All we have to do is go back and put our our phone, bass boost, of course mount our bass boost in there. I think that was it on the USB video input off your phone or whatever. Put it in there. You watch YouTube videos, whatever you want to do going down the road, don't matter. But also, I think we have room. We're going to see if we do. I think we will. Matter of fact, I can just get that bracket. I don't have to have the radio. I get just the bracket. Let's see here. This is the mounting bracket for it, I think. Let me see something real fast. Oh, alright, go up to the bottom, I guess. Must be a Bubba deal there. Okay. I don't lose none of them. We'll be looking for some if we do. All we need is this piece right here. Okay? So with that, this. And I may have to mount them somewhere else because I may not have room for them. And we'll find a place to mount them. We got some ideas. But my intention was, I don't think it's going to work, was put my USB, it's going to be kind of close, but I don't know if y'all can see it or not. But with the radio in it, unless I go all the way to one side, real close to one side, I could do it. Let me show you what I'm supposed to do. It was just a thought, you know what I mean? It's not in concrete. But these USB chargers, when they're closed, they'll show you the voltage available. And you've got two different ports here. They're the ports you need to use. I think I got a 3 and a 5, I think. But I was hoping if I had room, it would be close. Maybe too close to do this. Because, and the reason why I say that is, on the back here, I have to have my tabs to go into the mounting piece. So you got this here, the radio in it, but on the back, I got to mount my pieces to mount it. To bring this piece in flush and tight. And with that, even if I go all the way up with it, and so we may have to go a different route on it, because this, yeah, it's going to take up with this centered, the radio just misses the tabs, because I come off of this with my other brackets to hold the radio as well as the ones inside. So I may go another route. The second route we can go is, let me get one of them. The second route we can go. It's the wrong one. It's right here, I think. Let me get this other piece. And the only issue is with cords, you know, you'll have cords in your way. I can put them on the side of the console, or if nothing else, I can look around and see where maybe a different spot is. But your overhead, okay, with your lights and all, and this here on the plate, this will go on another ABS board, okay. This also gives you the voltage. I think this one here is a 5. Let me see. I think it is. Yes, a 3 and a 4.8. But you've got 2 here. If you wanted to go put them on the overhead. Okay. Now, the next thing we're looking at is lighting. Let me put this up so I know where it is. This is next week's project. Like I say, these ain't overnight builds. If I had time, everyday time, and you know it was cooler and all, oh gosh, you know, but man gotta work. I mean, come on, he has to work, do things. So the other thing we're gonna do is these are little blue lights. I got a little battery. I think I do somewhere. I might have one I use for testing. Say positive. The negative side here. This is 9 volt, but these are pretty bright. It ain't bad at all. There's gonna be one in the bucket. When you pull out your cup holder to check your fuses, if you blow one or whatever, there's going to be one, maybe 2 in here. Then there's going to be one on each side of your, maybe the cargo light, as I mentioned in the last video, the cargo light out of the floorboard into this in here, so it can be brighter or dimmer, and so on. Now, what I'm thinking about doing also, with that, depending on all the extra wiring stuff I put in it, the switches and what all, I don't have to use it. I can run it to other fuses, but we have a fuse panel here that we could use. And it's a 6 fuse. I mean, so, because who knows, anything can happen, you know. The thing is, you know, let's see, there's 4, I think there's 8, there's 10 of them. So what we'll do is mount the 4 or 5, and then of course these here are probably go in the glove box somewhere in case one goes out, somebody can change it instead of saying, oh, where am I going to get that from? So you can change them. So this is where we're at. Say all the wiring harnesses are built, boxed for the radio. Everything's done for the radio. And I know that my content ain't for everybody. So if you get tired of watching it, or if it bores you to death, come back in a couple months and see where we are on the truck. You know, come back and visit. Check in every once in a while. and see where we're at, see how it's going. I do that to some of my viewers, that are doing some builds. If they're boring me to death, I'll go back and check a couple of weeks, see how they're doing, or once a month, check on them. You ain't gotta click on every time I post a video, but these are slow builds. The truck, I'm gonna say, it's got to be done by 2023. Our goal was to finish the interior by the end of August. So we're going on our first weekend here, 3 weekends. I got to see how far, how close. Now I'm waiting on my headliner still. Those boys, I don't know what to do with them. I still waiting on them, I emailed them, and I don't know if I probably should get credit on it and go get my headliner from somewhere else. But it is the original headliner that goes in the truck. They said 50 days. We're pushing 60 now, so I'll give it a little bit of time. I do that, But anyway, this is where we're at. So let's go on from here. See y'all here a little bit. This is just pictures of the stuff we just talked about, of the fuse panel and the car lights and what all. And I mounted a couple of them. I'll show you here in a second. There's little switches. They make pretty good switches, I think. Work out. What all? Those on the left, those switches, they're 80 amp switches. And always test something before you mount it or drill a hole in something. Find your old junk plate, drill a hole, test it out, make sure it fits right. There's a light in the bucket. Got it done. Of course, we've got the light for the amp. And this is in the daylight. I mean, these little lights are pretty bright. I've only put 9 volts on them. So they're going to work out all right. You can see in there something goes on. If you need to get in there and look at it, look at the fuses. But anyway, there I was test fitting that right there. We're going to put that in the back of the console where you can see it, easy access on top. But that'll do it, and see y'all next time. That's going to conclude episode 8, and we'll see what we get done next week on this thing. We've come a long ways since we started on it. If you watched the first one on the console. But there's a couple people I want to mention, and I'm just doing it just out because I like the content. But one in particular is Ed, the old tech guy. There's going to be links below in the description of these people I mentioned. So I think it's Tuesday nights. I may be wrong, but check on it. His little live deal. They get together, 3 of them. It gets up there, and it's just a fun thing to listen to and watch. And but as far as computers and what all, he knows his stuff. He's got a pack out deal he discusses also. I think it's Milwaukee. And then another one is old CP tool addict. Now, if you want to know about a tool or have one investigated, find out where it came from, who makes it, gosh, whatever you want to know about a tool, he'll let you know in a minute. He knows his tools. I think he does. I've watched him for a while, and anytime you ask him something, he can come up with an answer for it. Just find him on Instagram or whatever if you want to, and shoot him a picture of a tool and ask him what does he think about it. He'll tell you probably the history on it, where it came from, how many people it goes through, how many times it's been rebranded, who made what, where. Shoot, he'll let you know. If you like long build videos, Visit old bad Chad. Um, he's a metal worker. He builds cars sometimes with the frame up, and he does a lot of metal work. And check him out. He does long video builds. It's an hour every day at 4 Central. Every day, 1 hour just about on a build he's doing. And if you like the heavy equipment talk, there's Heavy Wrench, Old Field, Friday nights at 8. And check them out. There's a good group of guys in there that knows the equipment. And somebody's got a question, somebody's got an answer. But check them out on Friday nights at 8 o'clock Central. And there's another one that comes on Friday night at 8 Central. That's old Bssmallengines, old Brandon. So if you got any issues with small engines or lawnmowers or whatever, go in there on Friday nights at 8 o'clock. They'll answer your questions, and you can learn a little bit about that stuff if you don't know. Matter of fact, I think they're in progress of building racing mini bikes. They're going to be doing some racing here in Decatur and Ennis here pretty quick. Be interested to go watch, you know what I mean? But I'm trying to think if there's anybody else right now. There's one other one. If you like the heavy equipment, that's old Warren. I'm going to put his link down there too. He does a service out of California that, man, he's play-by-play on all his engine builds, repairs on equipment. He can teach you a little bit about the ECM on it, the whole works. You know what I mean? Whatever you want to know about him, he got it. He knows. So check him out. He builds the trucks from, I mean, if they want them updated to what engine, he'll pull it. Don't matter. Whatever you want done, he does it. But I'm trying to think of somebody else that I watch all the time. Pretty much off the top of my head. If I miss somebody, I'll have to catch up with you. See, I think that's ones that I watch pretty regular. But all the links are going to be below, and check these guys out. And, maybe I'll see y'all on a Friday or Tuesday night, and or every day at 4 o'clock. Holler at me if you go to Bad Chad now. I'll be in there. Just say something, wave at me or something, whatever. I'll be in the chat room. I'm there every day at 4 if I can be, because it's so hot out here. When I get home, you know, you can't really do much. So I wait till it cools off sometimes and then come on out. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll start episode 9 and see what we can get done with this dog. Get this thing rolling a little faster. Things are start coming together pretty quick. Again, till next Sunday, keep on building.